Hello and welcome everyone to this video which will show you the assembly for the insert for Oak Deluxe. So if you've recently gotten your copy of Oak Deluxe, you're going to want to assemble everything, and so upon opening the box you're going to find a whole bunch of punch boards that you are going to actually want to keep, because as you can see there's quite a few of them, and if you want to make sure that everything sits flush upon assembly you'll have to actually slide them underneath the insert, but we'll show you this at the end of the video. So when you're going to start assembling the insert, you're going to want to find all the pieces with the same letter, and in this case we're going to take all the orange pieces labeled A, and you're going to see that they're labeled A1, A2, A3, which is the order in which you're actually going to assemble these pieces. So as always, carefully unpunch all of the elements that you're going to need. In this case we're going to find all the orange pieces. So these are the end pieces, this is the separator that will go in the middle, and here's another separator on another punch board. So once you have all these pieces, you're going to want to remove the little bits and pieces from the base like this, and then you're going to want to flip it, and you'll see that there are half cuts actually made so that you can fold in the two edges of the tray like this. So once you've actually carefully folded it in, you're going to take the separators, which are the middle pieces, and you always start with those because they actually make sure that everything is nice and solid, and these are going to click on the edges. So you gently push one edge like this, making sure that the edges are going through exactly like this. You'll see it'll give a little click like this, and really that's all there is to it. Once that is done, you're going to take the pieces that go at the very edge of your tray like this, so you're going to slide it in on one end and do the same with the other one, just like that. You slide it in, and then basically that's it. Tray A is ready. So you're going to want to do that for all 4 player colors. So we have the teal, the yellow, and the purple, and that's it. This is for tray A. So moving on to the B tray, this one is quite similar to the A tray. This will hold all of the cards. There's 2 B trays, so you can just take a base and then make sure you have 2 edges and 1 separator. The principle again is always the same for all of these trays. So you're going to want to put the separator in the middle. There's just one this time, and again you're going to gently push it over the edges of the separator piece like this. Once that's done, it should already be pretty much firmly held in place, and then you're going to put up one edge of the tray and then the other, so you'll have it like this. And then if you did it correctly, you should have 2 trays exactly like this. Now on to tray C. You by now should get an idea of how this all works. This is going to be a bit bigger though. This is the biggest tray inside the insert this time. So again, you're going to want to put the separator pieces here in the middle, and again push the edges over it like this. I find it a bit easier to pull towards you, like you can see here. The difference here, because it's a bigger tray, is that the edges this time are actually folded together for extra grip and solidity. So you want to basically slide them over like this. They're quite a bit thicker, but you'll see that they slide, well into place. But this is needed again because the tray is bigger than the other ones, and you're going to want to do the same thing on the other edge. So you fold the edge piece together, and then you slide it in like you did with the others, and that is for all the trays. So now basically you're going to want to put everything back inside the box, and you'll see at the bottom that everything is indicated as to what goes where. So the player boards, the player board extension, the bag, and tray C will go into the bigger section, whereas the A and B trays will go on the other ones. But as we mentioned, one very important thing, so once you've unpunched everything, you can actually toss the smaller punch boards away, but all the big ones that have the size of the box, you're going to want to keep, and you're going to want to place them underneath the base. So you carefully pull out the base like this. There you go. And then you're going to put all the punch boards at the bottom, because this will raise the base and make sure that everything sits nice and flush once you've assembled everything. There you go. So once that is done, we're going to actually make sure that everything goes in there. You're going to want to put the player boards first. Now, one important thing about the player boards is that you'll see that they're actually not glued together. They're basically a fold, which will make removing this part quite easy. So you're going to want to do that for all 5 player boards. You can just carefully remove the 3 tracks basically that go in the middle. That will help you track your resources, and then fold it back together. The other reason why we do this is because actually we've noticed that when double-layered player boards are glued, they tend to warp, whereas with this system they don't. So it's actually, you know, much better for when you play the game. So once the player boards are in, you're going to put the extensions in. There's the Bard extension, and then there's the Ancient extension as well. So you put all 4 like next to each other. You'll see that the total width is the same as one player board, like this. And once all of that is there, you can put in the big tray C. There you go. And you'll have quite a bit of space. So you'll see you'll have the artifacts go in there, the artifact expansion, the potions. All of that is actually indicated again at the bottom of each tray, so you can see what goes where. But there you go, we've made it nice and convenient. And then on top of that, you're going to want to take the bag. The bag contains all of the forest ingredients. So you have those nice thick tokens that go in there. And then once all that is nicely packed, you can just like gently put it up there. There you go. Then moving on, we have the player tray. So you'll have your meeples, other wooden pieces, and at the edge you have all of the druid accessories. And there you go, you can slide in all 4 player trays like this at the base. And then on top of that, you're going to want to place all of the, like the B trays, which hold all of the cards. By the way, they hold the sleeved cards as well. So once all of that is done, everything should sit nice and flush. You're going to want to put the game board on top. And then finally, the rule book, or rule books if you have multiple languages, like this. And there you have it. That's really all there is to it. And this was the assembly video for Oak. Thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the game.